Hey there. Last week I discussed with you what I thought was definite and blatant market manipulation in the Bitcoin charts. I want to show you a little bit more of that today, but before we get to that, let's just discuss where Bitcoin, or what Bitcoin has done over the weekend and where I think this is going, and then I'm going to show you why I think what I do. As you can see on the chart in front of you right now, Bitcoin has maintained a decent gain that it made over the weekend after being slammed down once again. As you can see, this is a 1 hour chart, and right over here you can see Bitcoin was doing pretty well, trading fairly sideways for a little while, but then it was slammed down by quite a bit, and it carried on dropping after that, and then it made some decent gains and has been trading sideways. But I am convinced that there is a coordinated effort somehow. I don't know how they're doing it. Look, this is just a theory of mine. To me, there is definitely a coordinated effort amongst the exchanges to keep the Bitcoin price basically where it is at the moment. It varies by a few $100s or maybe even $1,000, but really it's being maintained, as far as I'm concerned, in this area. And well, for how long it's going to be like that, I don't know. But to me, this is definite manipulation. The price is being held down. The reason why I say that is I'm going to show you a chart now on our local exchange, a South African exchange called Luno. This is also a 1 hour chart, and the price you see here at the moment, as you can see at the top, 97,650. That is the current Bitcoin price in rands. But I want you to take notice of what you see right here. These are the offers to buy, offers to sell, or bids and offers. As you can see at the moment, we have offers to sell at 97,650 Rand at the moment. We have 10.78 for Bitcoin for sale at that price. Now, what I have noticed is that this figure, this is still small. I've seen over 20 Bitcoin in this column, whether it be here or in the offers to buy. But I have a feeling that this is the same person or the same entity on both sides of the spread, put it that way, because this figure of 10.78, which it is at the moment, seems to alternate from this side to this side all the time. As this diminishes, the bids to buy increases on this side, or sometimes they don't increase until the offers to sell have been diminished, and then all of a sudden a big offer to purchase, basically at the same price, appears here, and then the price gets stuck. As you can see over here on the chart, the price has stayed stuck here for a long time, and then all of a sudden it gets slammed down again. Now, that slam to me is just to bring the markets down to the level where they want it, and then they more or less leave the market to its own devices for a little while and let it rise. And every time they do that, the market does rise, which tells me that there is definitely positive pressure. People are willing to pay more for Bitcoin, but due to this manipulation, in my opinion, the prices are being held down all the time. And this I noticed now for a long time with the South African, with this Luno exchange. Now, I don't know how they are coordinating this with the other exchanges. The other exchanges seem to be slightly more volatile. There's a little bit more movement amongst them, but this one literally goes and stands still. As you can see there now, the spread is 1 Rand, which is probably in US dollar terms probably 6 cents. So there is really no difference between the two, the buy and the sell offers. The spread is basically nothing here. But to me, this seems to be the same person or the same entity basically buying and selling to themselves. all the time. And that is why this price is staying more or less stagnant. Now, I've just watched another video to do with the US dollar. The US dollar is basically collapsing at the moment. It's on its last legs. In my opinion, if it does do that, I mean, Bitcoin is the only thing out there after that. Gold and silver, maybe, but in the long run, I think people are going to pour a lot of money into Bitcoin, and I think this is probably the run-up to that. Like I said, I don't know how they're coordinating this effort, but we are seeing the same thing across all the exchanges at the moment. Yes, the prices do vary, but the rate at which they vary is basically the same. They are maintained at those levels. As I said, I've been doing some arbitrage trading, but it is absolutely impossible at the moment with the things the way they are, because there is no real volatility. The volatility spread is so small amongst these exchanges that arbitrage trading is literally impossible at the moment. It has been for quite a while. I was very lucky a few weeks ago to make a trade and make a few bucks, but really it was almost not worth it. With the charges in the exchanges and everything else, it's just not worth it. And as you know, well, as you can see, the price is manipulated and it's being held where it is in a very narrow band. Natural market forces have not been given the opportunity to take this where it should go, or where it would normally go. But I think as every day, I've said this before, as every day goes by that this happens, the pressure is building for Bitcoin to do something. The dollar is collapsing. The pressure is building on people to put their money elsewhere. And right now, to me, you know, Bitcoin, maybe gold and silver, yes, but Bitcoin is certainly a safe haven for that, as far as I'm concerned. And while I was speaking now, as you can see, the sell offers have now gone up to 15.7 at the same price. Now, these, being a local exchange, it is a lot less busy than the bigger exchanges available to the guys in the US, although this is available to everybody. It is less known, and most South Africans use Luno because they don't really, when they find out about cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin, this is the one they are introduced to, and this is the one most of them use. But I mean, on a relatively speaking, it's a very small exchange user-wise, the number of users, and it takes a while for that amount of Bitcoin to be whittled away. But as I said, I'm convinced that it's possibly the same person on both sides of the fence, buying and selling to each other or to themselves, and keeping this price where it is. So as long as that is happening, I can't see anything drastic happening with Bitcoin. I'm pretty impressed that it has maintained its levels, not gone back down near the 6,000 mark again. That shows a little bit of strength, and it also shows that whoever is manipulating this price like this doesn't want it to go too low. They don't want people to lose confidence in it. They want people to be ready. When they are ready to let it go, the people must also be ready. That's us out here, must also be ready and willing and wanting to buy. And that's the only way they're going to make money at the end. That's my story for today. Like I said, there's nothing major to report on Bitcoin. This is manipulation, 100% in my opinion. But it can't, excuse me, it can't last forever. I don't think it will last forever. So that's it. Let's get out there and try and make some bucks.